Most men over 50 do not overlook a woman's interest because they are dull or out of touch. They miss it because the hints have shifted from what they knew in their younger years. At this time of life, a woman is not likely to play with her hair, laugh too loudly, or openly admit she is attracted to you. She will not suddenly ask you out or show her feelings in a way that puts her at risk of being hurt. Instead, she will ask a small, simple question that seems unimportant. This question is not just for information. It is an opening, a small door she is inviting you to walk through. If you do not see it, the moment disappears. You might leave thinking the talk was just nice, while she leaves thinking you are not interested. It is rarely about saying the wrong thing. Usually, it is about missing what she is actually saying underneath her words. This is about those quiet, almost hidden invites inside normal talk. The quick looks, the soft teasing, and the tiny questions that hide real interest as small talk. Women use these openings to check if there is a spark without feeling embarrassed. They want to test the water before jumping in. They want to see if you are sharp enough to notice interest when it is wrapped in warmth rather than loud statements. In the next few minutes, you will see how to understand the things women ask when they are curious but careful. You will learn what they are really trying to find out. You will see why the question matters and how to answer like a man who is steady, present, and happy with himself. You should not be chasing or trying too hard, just focused and clearly aware. Here is the big truth. At this stage of life, most men do not need to push more. They need to notice more. Once you start seeing these signs, you will feel real interest where you used to only see politeness. You will see warmth where you once thought it was just being kind. You will find real attraction where you once felt you had become invisible. One of the first questions you might hear sounds light, like a joke, but it is more important than many men think. When a woman asks how old you are, it might seem like she is just being playful. She is not just trying to find out your birth year or play a game. She is looking at how you feel about yourself. She wants to see if age has made you unsure or if it has made you stronger. She wants to feel if you are proud of your years or if you try to hide them. If you answer with a joke that comes from being uncomfortable or if you put yourself down, she notices that change right away. She might smile, but inside she pulls back. What she likes is not youth. It is energy, being relaxed, and a man who is not worried about his age. These are not tricks to catch you. They are invites to bring you closer. If your answer sounds full of doubt or like you are sorry, she hears that even if you do not say it. But if your answer shows you are calm and okay with yourself, she sees your confidence. Over the years, we collect stories, wins, mistakes, and fears. All of these change how we stand and how we speak. Women can feel all of it. A question about your age is rarely about the number. It is about your energy and whether you show up as someone who is fully alive. Then there is the question that seems curious, but is actually quite heavy. She might ask why you are not married. On the surface, it can seem like she is judging you or digging into your past. But when asked kindly, it is not an attack. It is interest hidden as casual talk. She is not trying to grill you about your past partners. She is trying to see if you are available and if your past is still holding you back. She wants to see if you are at peace with what happened before or if old pain will make things hard now. The best answers are simple, warm, and steady without telling too much. You could say that life kept you busy, but you have room for something real now. Or you could say you had not met the right person until lately. Gerald, a 67-year-old man who lost his wife, once told a story about a moment he did not understand until later. He met a woman at a garden and they talked easily about plants and soil. She asked softly why a man like him was not married. He froze up. His answer was short, stiff, and cold. He changed the topic, and a week later, she stopped coming by. Only later did he realize she was not asking about his past. She was asking if she could be part of his future. These moments rarely come with big signs. They show up quietly in normal questions. If your answer seems guarded, she pulls away. If your answer feels open and thoughtful, she moves closer. She feels your readiness for what might come next. When a woman asks if you date younger women, it is rarely about the age gap. She is checking to see if there is a chance for her. She is trying to move toward you without feeling silly. She is hoping you will meet her halfway and that she is reading the moment correctly. Real attraction now is not about clever lines. It is about being aware and seeing what is being offered under the surface of safe questions. Answering poorly often shuts the door by mistake. Bragging about younger dates or saying you are too old for her closes the space she is trying to open. The right answer is clear and focuses on the connection rather than the years. For example, saying you are drawn to energy and how well you get along shows you are aware and steady. Another common question sounds simple, but tells a lot. She might ask what kind of woman you usually like. This seems like filler talk, but it is a subtle test. She is watching and comparing to see if she fits into what you like. She does not want a list of looks. She is trying to see if you have moved past shallow ideas and if you care more about character and personality. Many men accidentally close the door by listing heights or hair colors. She feels the mindset behind those words. She wants to know if your heart is open to a real bond. A wiser answer focuses on things she might have, like being kind, curious, or funny. This is why being present matters more than being exact. Women are looking at your energy, not a list. They want to know if you can connect with them fully and value who they are. Answering with thought shows you are ready for a real relationship. These moments are fragile and quick. They are not tests, but invitations. Tiny doors that lead to a deeper bond or close quietly if you miss them. Noticing them and answering with a steady heart creates a place where attraction can grow. Your past matters less than how you act right now. A question about your age or your status is rarely about the facts. It is about your confidence and whether you are open to someone new. Simple, clear answers show you are comfortable. They show you can be yourself without being defensive. Women notice your tone and how you stand. They know when you are truly happy with who you are. When you look at the message behind the words, you see the chance for a connection that was always there. Questions that seem small often carry a lot of interest. Your answers matter because of the energy they share. Warmth and being attentive say more than any rehearsed story. When you answer clearly, these small openings lead to more talk and closer feelings. Ignoring them signals you are not interested and closes the door. By noticing these cues, you can move through dating with ease. Seeing that questions about your life are gateways helps you stay calm. Being focused and speaking clearly opens the path to a real bond. Over time, this helps you see interest where you used to see just being polite. Each small question or look is more than it seems. Quick glances and light teasing are all part of the dance of showing interest. Women use these ways to see if a man is paying enough attention to notice. By looking at the mood and the energy, a man shows he is reliable and present. These are things that become very attractive as we get older. These interactions are the map to a real connection. And if she is asking at all, she is likely hoping she fits your answer. I remember talking to a man named Elliot, a 62-year-old retired firefighter. He had been helping with a project where he met a woman he liked. One day, she asked what kind of woman he usually goes for. Without thinking much, he said he always liked someone who brings a sense of calm and makes a place feel warm just by being there. She did not say anything then, but later she stayed to help him clean up. When he thanked her, she smiled and said she was hoping she counted as his type. This is the power of an honest answer. When you speak with truth instead of overthinking, you make room for a bond to grow. In your mind, this question is a way to see if you are a match. She is reading your signals to decide her next move. Your answer tells her if she should step in or step back. So next time you are asked what you like, Do not describe a dream girl. Focus on the kind of bond you want. She is likely asking because she is thinking about getting closer. Then there is the question that comes with a smile. Are you always this charming? It is a compliment, but it is also a way to see how you handle chemistry. It is a soft move forward. Many men pull back here. They make a joke about the coffee or the day of the week. These answers are safe, but they dim the spark. They treat a real moment like a joke. She wants to see if you can handle the warmth she is giving. A better answer is steady. You could say only when you are around someone who brings it out. This meets her energy and lets the spark live. It shows you are not afraid of a little flirting. I heard a story from Alan, a 68-year-old man with a kind voice. At a dinner, he talked with a woman about movies. She asked if he was always this charming. Alan did not hide. He smiled and asked if she was always this curious or if he was just lucky. She looked at him closely and the whole mood changed. She was truly interested. This question is about connection. It is about seeing if you can step forward when she opens the door. Women often use playfulness to feel safe. They rarely take the first big step. They prefer to open a window and see if you will open it more. When she gives you a compliment, she is making a space for both of you to be close. Do not push it away. Show her you can meet that spark without hiding behind a joke. Then there is a very clear signal. Why don't you have a girlfriend? This seems simple, but she is really asking if there is room in your life for her. She is not looking for a list of your exes. She wants to know if you are emotionally open. Men often say they are set in their ways or that relationships are too much work. They think they are being funny, but she thinks there is no room for her. Once she hears that, she stops trying. The real meaning of her question is whether closeness still matters to you. The right answer shows there is a chance. You could say you have been waiting for something real, or that you are open to being surprised. William, a 71-year-old man, was at an art show when a woman asked why he did not have a girlfriend. He looked at her and said he had been learning how to be a better man and was now ready for a deep love. She did not look away after that. This shows the power of being honest and steady. Women your age fear being rejected too. They worry about reading you wrong. Instead of saying they like you, they ask questions that sit between being curious and being brave. Your answer tells her if it is safe to move closer. When asked why you are single, give her a reason to stay interested. One of the most sensitive questions a woman can ask is if you would ever date someone like her. This is as close as she gets to saying she likes you. It might sound like a joke, but she is being very brave. She is asking about herself and hoping you will not make her feel bad. This is a doorway opened with care. How you answer can make her feel great or hurt her. Many men dodge the question or change the subject. That makes her think she was wrong to ask. The right answer just needs to be kind and real. Saying you would be lucky to date someone like her is enough. Then let it be quiet so she can feel the truth of it. Let her feel that she is wanted. Charlie, a 66-year-old man, was walking with a woman he had known for a while. She asked if he would ever date someone like her. Charlie looked at her and said he would be a fool not to. In that one moment, everything changed. Her bravery met his steady presence, and they connected for real. Moments like these are not about big acts. They are about being honest and paying attention. When you answer with care, small questions open big doors. Being aware helps you build trust and warmth. Each small look or question is a chance to start something real. In this final stretch of the journey, you realize that attraction for a man over 50 is not a game of speed, but a game of depth. It is about the transition from looking for a partner to actually seeing the person standing in front of you. When a woman asks you about your hobbies or how you spend your quiet time, she is not just looking for a list of activities, she is trying to see what you value. She wants to know if you are a man who has built a life that is full and meaningful, or if you are simply passing the time. If you talk about your passions with a sense of joy, you show her that you have a spark that has not faded with age. This kind of energy is magnetic. It tells her that being with you would add life to her own days, rather than draining them. Many men make the mistake of thinking they have to act like they are 30 again to be appealing. They try to hide their scars or pretend they have no needs. But at this stage, true appeal comes from your ability to be vulnerable and strong at the same time. When she asks a question that touches on your feelings and you answer with honesty instead of a shield, you are giving her the greatest gift possible. You are giving her safety. You are showing her that you are a man who can handle the messy parts of life with grace. This is the foundation of a real bond. It is the difference between a passing chat and the start of a deep connection that could last for the rest of your lives. As you move forward, remember that every interaction is a chance to practice this new way of seeing. Stop looking for the obvious signs of the past and start listening for the soft invitations of the present. When you hear a question that seems a bit more personal than usual, take a breath and recognize it for what it is. It is a hand reaching out in the dark. By meeting that hand with warmth and awareness, you change the story of your dating life. You go from being a man who is waiting for something to happen to a man who is making things happen simply by being fully there. The doors are opening all around you. You just have to be brave enough to notice them and walk through. Another important sign to look for is when a woman asks about your family or your closest friends. She is not just trying to see if you are a good person. She is looking at how you treat the people you love. She wants to see if you are capable of long-term loyalty and if you have the emotional skills to maintain deep bonds. If you speak about your children, your siblings, or your old friends with kindness and respect, she feels a sense of security. She begins to see that you are a man who values connection over ego. On the flip side, if you speak with bitterness or distance, she might worry that you are not ready to let someone new into your inner circle. Your words about others act as a mirror for how you might eventually treat her. You might also notice her asking about your future plans or what you look forward to. At this point in life, she is checking to see if your paths might align. She is looking for a man who is still looking forward, not just looking back at his glory days. Whether you want to travel, learn a new skill, or simply enjoy a quiet life in a garden, having a vision shows that you are still growing. When you share these dreams with her, you are inviting her to imagine herself by your side. You are moving the conversation from what used to be to what could be. This shift from the past to the future is where the real excitement begins to build. In the end, the most attractive thing you can offer is your full attention. In a world where everyone is distracted, being a man who truly listens is a rare and powerful quality. When she speaks, look her in the eyes. When she asks those small questions, give her the gift of a real, thoughtful answer. Do not feel like you have to be perfect or have all the answers. Just be there with her in the moment. This simple act of being present is what turns a regular meeting into something special. It shows her that you see her, you hear her, and you are interested in exactly who she is right now. That is the true secret to finding a deep and lasting connection at any age. The final layer of this understanding is noticing when a woman shares a small personal story or a minor struggle she is facing. This is often the most quiet invitation of all. She isn't looking for you to jump in and fix the problem like a mechanic. She is sharing a piece of her inner world to see if you will hold it with care. If you listen closely and offer a word of support or a shared feeling, you are telling her that her heart is safe with you. This creates a level of trust that no clever joke or expensive dinner can buy. At this age, a woman values a man who can be a steady anchor when the wind picks up. Your ability to stay calm and kind in these small moments shows her that you are that anchor. You might also find her asking what you have learned from your past relationships. This is a deep question. And it is not about the people you used to date. It is about your growth. She wants to see if you have turned your experiences into wisdom, or if you are still carrying around the weight of old mistakes. A man who can say he has learned to be more patient, more honest, or a better listener is incredibly attractive. It shows that you have done the work to become the best version of yourself. This honesty takes away the mystery of your past and replaces it with the reality of your strength. It lets her know that you are ready for a mature, healthy partnership. As you close this chapter and step back out into the world, remember that your age is your greatest asset. It has given you a depth of character and a steady presence that younger men simply do not have yet. Do not view these subtle questions as hurdles to clear or tests to pass. See them as the start of a beautiful conversation. When you stop worrying about being charming and focus on being present, the right women will notice. They are looking for the same thing you are: someone real, someone kind, and someone who is ready to share the beauty of the years ahead. Keep your eyes open, your heart steady, and your mind aware, and you will find that interest has been all around you all along.